Hi everyone, Boruto Eggs is back with another video. Today I'm going to cover the adult Sasuke vs Ten Tails Madara matchup. Did Madara remain the strongest of his clan even after 80 chapters of Boruto? Or has Sasuke surpassed him? Well, go grab something to eat and seat yourself, because now we're going to see that. First, let's go back to the war arc and see how strong said characters were. After Naruto and Sasuke attained the Sage of Six Paths mode and the Six Tomo's Rinnegan, plus half of Hagoromo's chakra each, they came back to confront Juubi Madara, this time, and not just his alive Sage mode form. Rinnegan Sasuke could easily react and dodge one-eyed Ten Tails Madara's attacks. Madara rushed at Sasuke because he wanted to steal his Six Tomo's Rinnegan, but Sasuke was able to switch his place with a sword and pierce Madara's body with ease. Madara was so surprised by Rinnegan Sasuke's capabilities that he started to think it would have been better to manipulate him instead of Obito if Sasuke was born before. The fight continued. Madara was getting so pressed that he decided to trick Naruto and Sasuke with his Limbo clone and go for Kakashi's eye. Rinnegan Sasuke was so fast that he was able to outspeed Madara and chop his body in half with a Chidori used as a sword. Madara even stated that Sasuke was quick, but it was too late. Madara used Kakashi's Kamui and took his other missing Rinnegan from Obito. As stated by Obito, another Rinnegan would have made Madara too strong to beat, since the eye he was about to take was his original one to begin with. And well, Obito wasn't wrong. Madara came back with 4 Limbo clones this time instead of just 1. This time Madara had the edge over them. He was taking care of both Sasuke and Naruto simultaneously, unlike when he had 1 Rinnegan. While Sasuke was taking care of the Chibaki Tensei and Naruto of the Limbo clones, Madara awakened his third eye and activated the infinite Tsukiyomi. Of course, awakening the Rin Sharingan is a big amp, but it's unquantifiable, so we are not going to count it in the greater scheme of things. After Madara launched the infinite Tsukiyomi, Sasuke rushed to defend Naruto with his susanoo. Meanwhile, Naruto took out all of the remaining Chibaki Tensei in one move with his Bijou Bomb Raisin's Hurricanes. Keep in mind, Naruto wasn't even going all out, since he had fear to hit Sasuke, but he still sliced those meteors like nothing. Sasuke was able to block the light that was coming from the moon with his susanoo, and that prevented Team 7 from being caught under the infinite Tsukiyomi. Madara then came back to the ground, and that's the moment when Zetsu betrayed him and stabbed him while he was off guard. That's all we have for Madara, but let's analyze what was happening better for a moment. Madara wasn't dominating Naruto and Sasuke once he came back after having taken his other Rinnegan. We know that for a fact because Limbo clones were stated to possess the same power and abilities as Madara, but Naruto alone was able to box with them without much problems. Both Naruto and Sasuke, as we saw before, could slice his Chibaki Tensei without much difficulty, with Naruto taking down many of them with one blow while holding back 2. As you can see, Naruto and Sasuke at that point weren't that far away in strength compared to Madara, and you need to consider the fact that they acquired their new abilities just few moments before all those feats were performed. After Black Zetsu stabbed Madara, he made him absorb all the chakra coming from the people trapped in the infinite Tsukiyomi. What's crazy is that the chakra coming from them was far greater than the one of the Ten Tails as stated by Naruto. Black Zetsu even grabbed Naruto and Sasuke and made Madara's body absorb a portion of their chakra too. Madara's body couldn't contain all the chakra that Black Zetsu gathered, so he started to explode and Kaguya merged right after. Like I said, Kaguya merged from Madara's old body, and the moment she did that, Sasuke was surprised that a being as powerful as her existed. He commented on how her chakra was far greater than Madara's too. Keep in mind the fact that Kaguya was holding back when Sasuke made that claim, since she didn't want to damage the Earth, her so-called nursery. In the Ninja Storm 4 game, Kaguya wasn't even using 50% of her real strength at that point, but Naruto and Sasuke were sweating just by being near her. Naruto verbatim stated that her chakra was on another level compared to the one of Madara. Now, we established the difference between Madara and Kaguya, which is insane. But how were Naruto and Sasuke doing against her? Well, not bad at all. Although Naruto and Sasuke were weaker than Kaguya in a 1 vs 1, as you can see, when working together, they were still a problem to her, so much that later on, after almost getting sealed, she decided to divide them in order to take her chakra back more easily. Naruto was forced to fight Kaguya alone at that point. But what happened? Naruto could still keep up with her, and he even overpowered her for a moment thanks to his boil release. Not to mention that he even forced her to open a portal and go into another dimension because he was cornering her with his Shadow Clone's ultimate barrage. It's not far-fetched at this point to say that this Naruto would probably give Madara a good fight alone, since he was kinda pressing Kaguya, who was a Juubi plus stronger than Madara, while suppressed. Obito and Sakura were able to retrieve Sasuke from the desert dimension, and then they all regrouped with Naruto and Kakashi in the Ice One. At that point, Kaguya decided to kill them all instead of getting their chakra, so she switched to the gravity dimension, and she tried to kill Naruto and Sasuke with her ash bones. Kaguya failed to kill them the first time, but she instantly recharged her bones and started another attack. This time, Obito and Kakashi got in her way, and they were able to save Naruto and Sasuke. However, Obito sacrificed himself in the process and died after getting trash-talked by Black Zetsu. An enraged Naruto then was able to blitz Kaguya and cut off one of her arms, and he even almost killed her right after with his Super Bijou Raisen's Hurricanes. If it wasn't for the chakra of the Shinobi Alliance that stabilized her, she would have remained an unstable monster after that attack. It was even confirmed in the data books that the Super Raisen's Hurricanes drove Kaguya into a corner and that she couldn't keep her human form afterwards. We need to keep in mind that Kaguya was chakra drained when Naruto performed those two feats, but she still was way above Madara in strength and she got clowned by Naruto alone. After that, Kaguya got sealed thanks to the efforts of whole Team 7, but that's not relevant for our scaling. We already covered what we needed. So, as we saw before, Naruto was able to overpower Kaguya alone in 3 separate occasions, with his boil release when she was full chakra, and with a punch and his Bijou Raisen's Hurricanes barrage when she was chakra drained. That would already put him above Madara, since Kaguya, while suppressed, was a Juubi plus greater than him in strength, plus a portion of Naruto's and Sasuke's chakra. The point is that Sasuke, however, wasn't as strong as Naruto yet, but not for so long, since now we have their final valley fight to cover. You know, it's kinda obvious that Naruto was holding back at the beginning of that fight. In the anime, it was remarked more, since Naruto fought against him for quite a bit just in base form, but in the manga we saw Naruto going directly into his Sage of Six Paths mode after the first punch. For those who doesn't believe Naruto was holding back, I'm sorry, but you are wrong, we can clearly see it. And it was stated to be the case by his opponent, Sasuke. And it was confirmed once again, after their clash of Chidori and Bijou Bomb, Sasuke stated that Naruto's Bijou Bomb wasn't enough to kill him, and Naruto explicitly said that he didn't want to do so. Tired of Naruto that was only playing defense, Sasuke started absorbing the chakra from all the 9 Bijous that were sealed inside the Chibaku Tensei he made before. That made him become the strongest and surpassed Naruto at that point. With his newly acquired Susanoo amped with the chakra of the 9 Bijous, Sasuke started beating up Naruto. Sasuke was smiling and saying that Naruto got no chance against him at that point, since he had just a small piece of each Bijou's chakra. Remember that this was the same Naruto who could damage Kaguya in 3 separate occasions, as we saw before, but against this Sasuke he could do nothing other than getting beaten up. In order to compete against that version of Sasuke, Naruto was forced to absorb all the nature energy on the planet. And what happened afterwards? Naruto and Sasuke threw their respective strongest attacks at each other, but because they were equal at that point, they both cancelled each other's attack out. After that exchange of attacks, Naruto and Sasuke got up and the fight kept going on. But they were exhausted and they just used basic jutsu and taijutsu only, so that's not relevant with our scaling. Let's skip that. That means Sasuke in his Indra Susanoo form was equal to a way stronger form of Naruto than the one that could give trouble to Kaguya, a being that far surpassed Madara even while suppressed. If you've followed the video until now, it should be clear that even end of shippuden Sasuke would clown Madara in a 1 versus 1. But the video is about adult Sasuke versus Juubi Madara, so let's keep going on with the scaling. After the end of the war arc, Naruto got another half of Kurama. That already increased his level, and not by a low margin. Naruto then, in the last novel and movie, fought against a new Otsutsuki named Toneri, and that same Otsutsuki was stated to have chakra similar to Kaguya, and to be the strongest enemy Naruto and the others ever fought. Naruto defeated Toneri by using a punch with all his might, meaning Naruto as a 19 years old was already stronger than Kaguya alone. In that same novel, 19 years old Sasuke was stated by Kakashi to be his strongest student, meaning not only that Sasuke gained a Kurama amp worth of strength in 2 years, but he even surpassed Kaguya, since Naruto, who was weaker than him, defeated Toneri, a stronger opponent than her. Sasuke being on that level was reconfirmed in the Sasuke Sunrise novel, in which the narrator implied that Sasuke will take on opponents greater than Kaguya by himself. Another supporting piece of evidence that Sasuke was that strong is that in the Naruto Ninja Storm for game, where Kishimoto worked on by the way, Naruto and Sasuke were stated to possess the strongest ninjutsu for the beauty of 3 times. That's important because in that same game, and in the data books too, Kaguya's expansive truth-seeking orb was considered a ninjutsu/ugi, meaning 19 years old, Naruto and Sasuke already surpassed Kaguya's strongest attack in power. Being stronger than Kaguya already makes 19 years old Sasuke way above Madara once again. But for the sake of the video, let's cover adult Sasuke now. Kaguya wasn't the real powerhouse of the show. Later in the story, we discovered that she feared other members of her clan, and she was building an army in order to fight against them. And no, Kaguya didn't fear the entire Otsutsuki clan, since inside her scroll it was verbatim stated that she was scared of the Momoshiki and Kinshiki duo. Her being scared of the whole clan is just the headcanon of Kaguya-tards. It was confirmed in the Boruto movie novelization too. Sasuke explicitly said that in the scroll it was stated that Kaguya was building an army to fight them, while he was looking at Momoshiki and Kinshiki, which obviously means that it was referred to them. The anime confirmed that too in 2 separate occasions, in the Naruto Shippuden special episodes regarding Kaguya, and in the anime adaptation of the Boruto Chunin exams. Heck, it was confirmed even in the Ninja Storm for game that Kaguya's scroll contained information about those duo arrival. 4 different types of material are telling you Kaguya feared and was building an army for them. You can't go against that fact. Unless you personally know Kishimoto and Kadachi, and they told you it was all a big lie, that fact is irrefutable. So, what did adult Sasuke do to one of those stronger than Kaguya threats? Well, let's take a look at his fight against Kinshiki. Sasuke fought against Kinshiki with just his 3 tomos, sharingan active, and just by using kenjutsu. No susanoo and no mangekyo sharingan abilities were used by Sasuke, but he still was able to overpower Kinshiki and cut his horn. Keep in mind this Sasuke was holding back and wasn't at full chakra too, since he used his Rinnegan to teleport into Kaguya's dimension in the first place. And we know opening portals consumes a lot of his chakra. It's pretty clear that Naruto and Sasuke were stronger than base Momoshiki and Kinshiki individually. We can look at the fight between Naruto and base Momoshiki too, where as stated by Sasuke, Naruto could have deflected Momo's attack easily, but instead he absorbed it in order to prevent damage to the civilians and the village. The 4 Kagis were able to 2 versus 1 base Momoshiki and Kinshiki. However, when fused Momoshiki appeared, he took out all of them very easily. On the other hand, base Naruto chakra drained was able to briefly keep up with him and surely did better than any other Kagi in that nerfed state. Naruto being way above the other Kagis is further supported by the fact that in the Shikamaru Shinden novel, Shikamaru was able to paralyze every Kagi, yes, the same Kagis that were able to handle Momoshiki and Kinshiki. But the moment Naruto went into his 6 pards mode, he easily broke free from Shikamaru's shadow paralysis. Sasuke was stated and shown to be equal to that same adult 6 pards Naruto, so he should scale above the likes of base, Momoshiki and Kinshiki too. Naruto and Sasuke then, while chakra drained, were able to fight against the fusion of these 2 above Kaguya level threats, fused Momoshiki, and ultimately defeat him. Naruto's and Sasuke's next big fight was against Jigen, who was stronger than fused Momoshiki, even in his Karma version 1 alone. But they were almost able to defeat him when he was in Karma version 1 and land him a lethal blow when he was in Karma version 2. And their last fight was against Shiki, someone who was even stronger than Jigen, and they still could keep up with him in speed and resist to some of his attacks without dying. I don't even need to touch the hacks and abilities department, since by being the 10 tails Jinchuriki Madara has way more of them, but they are useless since Sasuke would realistically blitz and one-shot him. The gap in strength and speed is too huge. Limbo clones that Sasuke can only see and not touch. Sasuke would just blitz them and kill the real Madara before he could do anything. Truth-seeking orbs that erase souls on contact. No problems, they wouldn't even touch Sasuke since he's way faster than Madara and them. Perfect susanoo? Sasuke has that too, and a way stronger one on top of that. Double Rinnegan? Sasuke has the strongest Rinnegan that we've ever seen. It was confirmed in the data books too, on top of having the strongest genjutsu. Wood style and instant regeneration? Sasuke would just burn his wood with a basic fire style jutsu, and instant regeneration is useless since he can delete his whole body and he wouldn't even be able to regenerate. What about Madara's time rewind Mangekyo Sharingan ability? First, it's only a game thing. We never saw his Mangekyo ability in anime and manga. Second, it still would be useless once again, since you can't rewind being speed blitzed by a faster opponent. Anyways, adult Sasuke destroys. Madara has no win cons against him. Subscribe, like, share and comment if you liked this video and you want more of them. See you next time. Peace.